Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Well, I start my day on the 55. Come and join me now for the daily drive. Today is Wednesday, April 8th, 2015. Or, if you like to abbreviate, it is 4/8/15. Now, many of you probably don't care what today's date signifies to some people. But to me, this is a date that will only happen once in my lifetime, and it means a lot to people who are fans of a certain little show called Lost. 4/8/15 are the first three numbers in a numerical sequence that played a huge role in the mythology of the Lost television show. And I woke up this morning to my friend Matt, back in Pennsylvania, texting me, happy 4/8/15 day. It's a Lost Day, essentially. That's what it is. It's Lost Day, once in a lifetime opportunity for it to be Lost Day. Lost is, and probably forever shall remain, my favorite show of all time. There are many shows that I really, really enjoy, that I love to death. I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I love Fringe. I love really good television. Veronica Mars is a great show. But Lost is a show that I really connected with emotionally, and it really had a huge impact on my life overall. It sounds silly a little bit, how a television show with fictional characters has impacted my life. But it's true. It's very, very true. I watch Lost religiously, like it was a religion, to be quite honest with you. When it was on, nothing else existed to me. Like, if you bothered me, you were dead to me at the time. So between the hours of whenever it was on, I think it was 9 to 10 later on, and it used to be 8 to 9. But when it was on, you couldn't even talk to me. Like, I was into the show. My door was locked and my phone was off, and nothing else mattered except for that 1 hour of Lost, and then I can go back to my normal daily life routine. Because sometimes with that show, there were many blink and you miss it moments that could play into overall mythology, and I just didn't want to miss anything. I was obsessed with that show. I laughed with the characters. I cried with the characters. I celebrated their triumphs. I've talked about this before in a article on livefastdiepoor.com, but that show really meant a lot to me. I even made a Lost fan film when I was in college that I released at the very beginning of season 3, and, you know, for those of you who are big fans of the show, you know that season 3 is when the writer's strike happened. So they had 6 episodes that kind of acted like a mini season, and then there was a very long break because of the writer's strike in Hollywood, and then they came back with another bunch of episodes. So during that break is when I released my 5-part Lost fan film, and it was just like a Lost episode, except it took place off the island, and it dealt with Scott's brother. Now, Scott was one of the background characters, who you never really saw, really, per se, but he was always confused with another islander. It was like a running gag for the first couple of seasons, and it kind of expanded the mythology a little more off the island, hence the name Lost, off the island, and it did pretty well for itself. I mean, there were a handful of cast members of the actual show, cast and crew, who saw it, and they quite enjoyed it. It got some good reviews, quote-unquote, press-wise on the internet, and I had a lot of fun, because I was able to contribute something to a show that gave so much to me in a lot of ways. It also should be noted that some of my favorite writers of all time have worked on Lost, on episodes or showrunners and such. So, to me, yes, there were some missteps along the way. I don't care what anybody else says. I quite enjoyed the ending in the last season. To me, it was the first real television show to make a name for itself as a mythology serial type thing. Yes, X-Files did it first, but I think Lost really perfected the formula and made people tune in every single week to figure out its mysteries. And sure, not all the mysteries were solved, but it still remained one of the most entertaining and well-written shows that I have ever encountered. I'm into that sci-fi stuff, though, and yeah, it got way sci-fi towards the end, but it was a great show, and I'm about due for a Lost rewatch. I need to sit down and watch it from start to finish again, because it's just such a good show. There are so many moments to me that I don't know. John Locke is one of the best written characters, I think, on television. I think his story arc from beginning to end is wonderful and quite tragic, and in a lot of ways I learned some life lessons from the show, and it kind of helped me along the way in certain areas of my life with said lessons. It helped me through some things, as odd as that may sound. So on this day, Lost Day, 4/8/15, I just want to say thank you to everyone involved in Lost, especially, obviously, J.J. Abrams, who helped develop the show in the very beginning, to Carlton Cuse, Damon Lindelof, all the actors and such. They created something that I love dearly and will always love. So thank you. Do me a favor, in honor of Lost today, go hug your constant. You may not know what that means, but hug the person that no matter what happens to you will always be there for you. That person is your constant. Never let go of your constant. That's the lesson you should take away from this right now. Never let go of your constant, because Desmond did it, and it worked out pretty well for him, didn't it? Huh? Right? I'm right, guys. Anyway, enjoy your Wednesday, and it's Wednesday, I believe. It is Wednesday. Your April 8th, 2015. And if you have not watched Lost, your homework assignment is watch the entire series before the next Daily Drive comes out. Good luck with that. Goodbye, everyone! It didn't turn off that time. I'm going to try again.